Hello everybody, this is Canander, and this is the first video I'm putting out, and this is going to be the first in a long series of videos on making gold and growing your account wealth in Guild Wars 2. And the goal of this series is to be an in-depth guide to bridge the gap between a lot of the basic money-making videos that you can easily find on YouTube and Reddit, and the min-maxing of utilizing, basic math and spreadsheets to really get the most out of your money and make a lot of money like guys like Guild MM might do. And the aim of this is to show all the different ways that anyone in this game can consistently do to bring gold into their account frequently. So this video in particular is just going to be a quick overview of how to make money through crafting, and then following up with that will be all the different crafting methods laid out in this video, just in more depth. So let's jump straight into it. This first section of the video is going to be the online tools that I have found to be extremely helpful when I am trying to figure out what to craft, how much to craft, and whether or not they'll even make a profit if I do craft them. The first tool is the Guild Wars 2 wiki. If you do not know about this site, this is where I tend to send people as a first rule of thumb when they are asking me questions in game. It has an insane amount of information on the game, and you can figure out just about anything from this site. But for us in particular, the information that we're seeking out is how to obtain the materials and recipes found in the game, because it's not always readily apparent or obvious. And the next site is GW2 Efficiency. This is another insanely helpful tool. There's just a large amount of information that you cannot find on the wiki that this does provide through the API and connecting your account to this site, essentially. You can also track things like your account wealth, character birthdays, and for us it's how much things cost to craft, and if you're saving it versus buying it off the trading post, and which materials to craft or buy. So going from something like, should I craft mithril ore and buy craft mithril ingots and buy mithril ore, or should I just straight buy the ingots? The third website is GW2 Profits. This is a very handy and complex tool. It doesn't do a great job of explaining itself, I think, at times. But it's really centered around making money off crafting, the trading post, salvaging, those kinds of things. Again, you plug your character, your account, there we go, your account information into it, and it will tell you, hey, make these items, make this amount, and you'll make this much profit off of it, essentially. And then the last website is GW2 BLTC. This is a database and a snapshot of everything that is currently on the trading post. You can track items as they're trending up and down, whether it's sale volume or price, how much they cost. And what we are using it for is to look at that volume of traded items so that we don't get ourselves undercut, and also whether you can even make a profit off of that item, into what percentage of a profit, so that you can kind of gauge a better understanding of, yeah, you might get a profit off of something, but it's only 3 copper and a 2% profit versus other items. Okay, this next section is time-gated crafting materials. Now, these are items that are relegated to only being able to craft it once a day per account. And they're going to include things like lump of mithrilium, Alonian leather squares, right? All the ascended crafting material items. Those can then be turned into intermediary steps on your way to crafting ascended gear. And the ascended gear is account bound, but those intermediary steps can be sold. So that's things like inscriptions and insignias, as well as armor pieces. The weapon components cannot be sold for some reason, but the armor components can, like Deldrimor boot casings and things like that. The next group is charged quartz, and these make all kinds of items. You take 25 regular quartz to a place of power, and once a day you can turn it into a charged quartz crystal. They can make stuff like ley line tools, grow lamps, and stormcaller cores. Those are three of the ones I've used them. I created different ones at various times for profit. And then the last three groups are items for collections. So the first one is Gift of Voreen, came out in season 3. These are Dragon Hatchling doll items, and they're only used for that collection to get a mini. The next set is Maudry, which you get if you go through that collection, you get a Gobbler, a Bloodstone Dust Gobbler at the end of it. But the Grow Lamp from Charged Quartz Crystals comes in. There's also meaty plant food and clay pots that are relegated to only being crafted once a day. And the final collection is actually getting the Sky Scale. There are two separate parts of the collection, that the piece of Sky Scale food and the extra pungent Sky Scale treats. Those are all relegated to only being crafted once a day. Now, the next two sections I am going to lump together. They are what I like to call active crafting and passive crafting. And what active crafting is stuff you are going to craft every day consistently, and you're going to get small but consistent returns on these items. You will always have a little bit of gold flowing in if you do this every day. Now, the first part of it is going to GW2 Profits and using their craft everything tool. And you're going to put in all the factors it's asking for to figure out what to craft. And you're going to look at all the items it spits out for you and take those, compare it to GW2 BLTC to look at, like, you know, how many of these are moving in a day and how much you can expect to get back. And are you even going to expect to sell it for what it's telling you? And really try hard not to sell more than 10% of what GW2 BLTC is telling you. And you will get bigger returns this way. And you can tell GW2 Profits how much you want to make in a day, essentially. And also the time-gated items can be considered a part of this active everyday crafting. Now, the second part is weapon components. Now, I have spent the time a while back to sit down and create spreadsheets over every single weapon and armor component from all the different professions. This is things like Mithril Greatsword blades and Orichalcum boot casings and things like that. And then I look at how many are sold in a day, divide that by 10, and look at how much it costs to create these items and if I can get a return on them. Now, these will always sell because of people crafting. When you level up your crafting, people will have money and they don't want to just buy the raw mats and convert it all the way up, so they just buy the weapon components and then just make them into the weapons to level up their crafting. So you can make money, but the returns on these are very slim. And so this is like a couple gold versus GW2 Profits, 10, 20, 30, 40, even maybe 50 gold a day. And the second part, like I said, is passive crafting. And the difference is this is stuff you're going to make either small amounts or make in one big batch to sell down the road. So the small amount items are going to be a lot of like Mystic Forge items that take Mystic coins, and they take forever to sell, but you get like 80 gold returns on them if you can sell them, but you're going to have to sit there for a year, 6 months to a year to sell it. So that takes a lot of patience. The other one is taking your daily crafting, like the Mithril Greatsword blades or whatever GW2 BLTC spits out at you, and make a whole bunch of them and only list it over time. So instead of, say spending an hour every day crafting, you're spending your Saturday 4 hours crafting and then just selling it throughout the week. Okay, so that was everything in a brief overview on how you make money crafting. There will be more in-depth videos coming on this. I am going to go spend anywhere, up to a half hour if I need to, on explaining everything I just went over here. So be on the lookout for that. They're coming in the future. I will be putting out a new video every Friday, starting with a continuation to this video series, and I don't even know how long this is going to take, long this video series is going to be. And if I miss anything, or you already hate my guts and want to tell me how wrong I am about all this, and I'm ruining your money making schemes and all that, please throw it in the comments below. I'll be sure to take them to heart and cry in a corner when I'm done reading them. And if you actually found them helpful, please also like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Or if you just hate me, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I'd like to live. Thank you. And I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday with my guild in Guild Wars 2. So if you want to see me interacting with my guild live, I might be interesting. I don't know why anybody listens to me, but you can find out there. I'll throw a link to that in the description. And have a great day. Be on the lookout for that next video, or go hate my guts and let me know so I can, again, go cry in a corner and think about committing suicide or something. All right, bye.